We've been invited to review two things here. There's a bloom doll and a sparkly critters. I'm sure that a middle-aged man is probably the best person to be doing this, but on, in you go. Okay. I hope this is legal. Does it feel like some sort of torture here? This poor little creature surely can't ingest that much fluid. That would be very, very bad for it. Let's Bo, would you mind popping off and getting me some kind of bucket? Yeah, thank you very much. That's very kind of you. What the? Oh, it's coming out of its face as well. This is disgusting. Oh, this squirted on me. I got some on me. Oh, excuse you. Oh, that's just horrible. That is just utterly horrible.
Hello, fellow YouTubers. This is Kakazulak here. As you might all suspect at this point, I love to do a lot of internet deep diving whenever I've got some free time on my hands. And then when I think about it, I might have a little bit too much free time. Anyways, I spend a lot of hours trying to find weird undiscovered gems on the internet. And most days I come up dry, I do get pretty lucky sometimes. A few months ago, I had one of those days. It was the day I found the YouTube channel Pass the Parcel. Pass the Parcel Comedy, to be more specific. I first randomly found this channel in the depths of an Adult Swim comment section. From my first comb over of the channel page, there doesn't seem to be much going on other than a small obscure toy channel. That is until you look closer at the thumbnails. The thumbnails of Pass the Parcel Comedy have a signature big colorful lettering with toys in the background, along with the badge on each video that says, "Nowhere near 1,000,000 subs." Though the channel clearly has comedy in its name, the comedic element to it seems to be more satirical of the genre itself, and not necessarily comedy aimed towards kids, despite it having kid-related content. The first episode of Pass the Parcel gives a greater picture of what this channel is about. 6 players, which are just the channel's toy OCs, compete in a game that is the title of the channel. Pass the Parcel is basically an English version of musical chairs. A layered parcel goes around with music playing, and when the music stops, the person who has the parcel unwraps the layer, and whomever wraps the last layer wins the game. I honestly didn't know what this was until I looked it up, and apparently big toy channels really like to do this sometimes. Though the environment in the video is seemingly cheerful with the nice outdoor scenery, the narrator speaks in a tone similar to an English golf commentator. As the game goes along, he makes cynical comments about the cheap stock music that is playing and the boring prizes that are being opened. Any kind of tension that could be happening throughout the game is non-existent due to the players involved literally being expressionless toys that just sit there and do nothing. The game is overall slow and monotonous.
It's great to see the amateur Pass the Parcel League finally breaking into the professional sector. Not many newly recognised sports can brag a TV broadcast deal right from the outset, as we have here. So we're incredibly lucky to be able to bring you this fascinating sport. Music cut there with Quinn holding the parcel. What will be revealed? A glittery plastic soap dish. Well, that is disappointing. This music is awful. Sounds like it's been created by a toddler with a hammer, I'm hearing. This time it's Grey unwrapping to find... What is that gnome doing?
The only thing that really breaks the mood is Bo's frightful fall. As the viewer engulfs themselves more into the experience, it's pretty clear that the video is intentionally made to be anticlimactic and uninteresting. As the series goes on, this game is repeated over and over, with each episode being in a new and equally mundane location. The only break in the monotony of this competition comes in toy reviews, with the same overall cynical tone. I find these to be my favorite due to the host's constant self-deprecating jokes and disgusted reaction to the strange abominations before him. The whole vibe of these videos is as if someone is locked in a warehouse and forced to do toy reviews. To be honest, the whole vibe of this channel is as if this guy lost some bet. As I further looked into and analyzed this channel, I've concluded that the best word to describe its intentions is half satirical. Though the joke is on other toy channels, it would be pretty easy to mistake it as one if the viewer wasn't looking at it too deeply. And even though the nature of the content is very surreal, there are no scary or gory elements to it that would make it strictly adult content. This gives it the ability to be a toy channel for younger audiences and a satire for older ones. In a nutshell, the series pokes fun at the boring nature of toys-kids channels, while sort of still being one of them. It also specifically dedicates itself to make fun of the boring nature of Pass the Parcel. I personally like to compare this channel to Lasagna Cat, a channel which dedicated itself to reenacting Garfield comic strips in live action to make fun of how boring they were in the form of a long-running joke. Another way to see it is the channel is making fun of Pass the Parcel in a way that we might make fun of how boring and slow something like televised poker is. The players are clearly really into it, but the majority of us find it unbearable and wonder why we are wasting our time watching people play cards. Though I'm not usually huge on dry humor, I do like it when it's paired with surrealism like it is done on this channel. I could easily see this on a platform like Adult Swim or made into a really weird children's show. Pass the Parcel comedy has only been around for about 6 months, and I'm curious to see where it'll go next. Though considering its subject matter, it probably won't change too much. Despite being a small operation, the videos seem to have a lot of effort put into them. The footage is shot and edited pretty well, and whomever runs the channel appears to be writing each episode. Though kids' channels have been criticized and made fun of by countless YouTubers, I've never come across a channel dedicated to doing so. Pass the Parcel comedy is a strange anomaly, and I haven't seen anything quite like it. It's content that satirizes the genre in a very discreet and subtle way, unlike the straightforward bashing that most creators adhere to. Though Pass the Parcel comedy is an ant-sized channel that will probably be noticed by no one but me and maybe a few dozen other people, I'm still thankful for deciding to randomly click on that interesting comment one day. Part of me hopes to see the concept behind Pass the Parcel to be expanded upon in future YouTube channels. I guess Lasagna Cat is already a thing, but there's probably a bunch of things that method could be used upon. Overall, Pass the Parcel comedy was a really cool discovery, and I hope to discover more cool gems like it in the future. So that's about the end of this video. I guess at this point I should tell everyone who's interested in more content like this to subscribe. This is Cock of the Rock here again, and I hope you all have a good day.